Welcome back. This is third grade math, week 4, day 3. We are working on liquid volume. This is Miss Anderson here to continue on with our lesson. Our objectives for today are: I can measure and estimate liquid volumes of objects using standard units. We're also working on I can solve one-step word problems involving volumes that are given the same units by using a drawing to represent the problem. Our vocabulary is measure, estimate, liquid, volume, and liters. And all of these should look familiar because we have been using those vocabulary words for day 1 and day 2. So now you should be on this packet, the little red one, that has the fish tank with the different measurement tools. Go ahead and grab your work so that way we can get started. If you do not have the packet, remember you can always just grab a sheet of paper to write your answers down or grab the Nearpod link from your teacher. So let's get started. It says, which tool can you use to find out how much water the fish tank can hold? So if we look at our different tools, first of all, we know a clock tells us time. Is that going to be able to tell us how much water is in here? No. A scale, that's, you may have one at your house, you step on it, or even when you go to the doctor, when you step on it, it tells you how much you weigh. Is that going to tell us how much water we filled up in the fish tank? No. A ruler, remember we use a ruler to measure the length of something, how long or how wide something is. Is that going to tell us how much water is filled in the fish tank? No. Remember a measuring cup, that's what I showed you yesterday, where you could pour water in, and remember mine went all the way to 2 cups, and then I could pour it into the bucket. That was our example from yesterday. Would this help us to tell us how much water is in the tank? Yes, so let's read. It says use the measuring cup. We were correct. Fill the 1 liter measuring cup with water and pour it into the fish tank. Count how many times you pour a full liter into the tank, then you know how much water the fish tank can hold. So if I pour 1 liter, if I put 1 liter of water in here and I pour it in the tank, 1 liter. If I fill it up again, that's 2 liters, 3 liters, and so on until it's filled up. So let's get started. It says, which tool can you use to find out how long the fish tank is? So if we remember, we just went over all these different tools. Which tool would we use to measure the length of the fish tank? If you said ruler, you are correct. All right, number 2. Which tool can you use to find out how tall the fish tank is? So again, if we're looking at our tools, which one of these would tell us how tall it is? The ruler is correct again. And number 3, which tool can you use to find out how heavy the fish tank is? So remember, we talked about one of these, the clock, scale, ruler, or measuring cup. We stand on it and it gives us our weight, which tells us how heavy we are. So which one of these would we use to tell us how heavy the fish tank is? The scale. Good job. And these do not need to be in complete sentences right now, only because our line is not that long, so it's okay. Number 4, let's see. It says Chang emptied 1 full water bottle into a small bowl. The picture shows the result. So he poured all the water that was in here into the bowl. Which can hold more water, the bottle or the bowl? Explain your answer. All right, so if I look here, so he emptied the whole bottle, but did the water go all the way to the top? No. So which one holds more, the bottle or the bowl? If you said the bowl, you are correct, because when he poured the water in, it did not fill up the whole bowl, which means there's still more room to add more water into the bowl. So we're going to say the bowl holds more water because when he poured the water into the bowl, there was still room left over to add more water. Good job. Again, you may pause to finish writing your answer. Number 5, do you think Chang could pour 2 full bottles of water into the bowl? Explain your answer. Well, if we look, he poured this whole bottle in, and no, it did not fill it all the way up, but it filled up more than halfway. So if he was to pour a whole nother full bottle, it would probably overflow. So we're going to say no, because the first bottle of water filled the bowl up more than halfway. Another bottle of water would be too much. Number 6, Leo has a different size bottle of water. He empties his bottle into a small bowl just like Chang's. Will the bowl be full? Explain your answer. Alright, so what do you guys think? Leo has a different size bottle than this, and he puts it in another bowl. It's a small bowl. Do you think the bowl would be full? I want us to think. We don't know the size of the bowl. We don't know the size of the bottle. Do we have enough information to truly answer this question? No, we do not. Good job. So what we can say is, so will the bowl be full? You can simply say, there is not enough information to determine if the bowl will be full. I do not know the size of the water bottle or bowl to make, we just ended there. The size of the water bottle or bowl. Again, they didn't tell us this one. They gave us the picture, so we knew the size of the bottle and the bowl. But here, we don't know the size to actually determine if his water bottle would fill up that bowl or not. Number 7. Alright. Petra has some bottles of water exactly the same size as Chang's bottle. So she's got bottles that are this size. She empties 3 bottles of water into a different size bowl. Do you think Chang's bowl or Petra's bowl is larger? Explain your thinking. So let's think about this. When we had Chang's water bottle and he poured it in here, it didn't overflow. He still had more room. And we had already said that we couldn't add another water bottle. We couldn't pour a whole nother water bottle of the same size into this bowl because it would overflow. But now Petra has 3 of these, and she was able to pour all 3 into her bowl. So whose bowl do you think is bigger, Petra's or Chang's? Petra's. Good. Petra's bowl is bigger. And why is her bowl bigger? Good, because she was able to add 3 water bottles where Chang could only add 1. Good job, guys. Again, please pause the video to write your answer. All right, now we're going to get into some estimating. Remember, estimating is making educated guesses. We want to get as close as possible. So if we look, it says, Jan is going to pour water into a picnic cooler. She's trying to estimate how many liters it can hold when it's full. It looks like the cooler can hold about 12 bottles. Since there would be space between the bottles, Jan estimates the cooler might hold about 15 liters of water. Now, so that was our example, just to kind of get us thinking. So because she put 12 bottles in here, and I'm assuming that each one is about 1 liter with some space, that's where she kind of rounded it up to 15 liters. So now let's look. The can of juice holds 1 liter. About how many liters could the pitcher hold? How did you decide? All right, so if we look, our can of juice is almost as tall as our pitcher. So how many liters would you say, or how many cans would you say we could get into our pitcher? If you said anywhere between 1 and 3, you are correct. This is an estimate, remember. We're not completely sure. I'm going to go with 2 liters. Again, if you said 1 liter, 2 liters, or 3 liters, you are correct. Make sure you put how you decided. So for me, I'm going to say, I think the pitcher would hold 2 liters of juice because the can looks to be about half the size of the pitcher. So it's almost half. Then if I pour the other can in, I think that I would be able to get 2 cans in there, which is 2 liters. Again, if you thought 1 liter, that is fine. Make sure you say why you think it's 1 liter. If you think it's 3 liters, that's fine as well. Make sure you say why you think you could get 3 liters. So 1, 2, or 3 liters are acceptable answers. Don't forget to explain how you decided though. Number 2. Which of these could hold about 1 liter of water? So remember, we got to think about what that liter looks like. When we looked at our work from day 1, the big bottle of water was 1 liter. A carton of milk was smaller than a liter, and the gallon of milk was more than a liter. So circle the letter for all that apply. All right, A says a trash can, B, a bathtub, C, a coffee pot, D, a flower vase. Remember, it says circle the letter for all that apply. That means there's more than one choice. So if we go back, a trash can, well, I'm not really sure what size trash can they're talking about. It could be a small one, it could be a larger one. So because we don't know exactly what size, I'm going to say that this is no. A bathtub, all of our bathtubs are pretty big. They're not small. They hold definitely more than a large bottle of water. So I think this would hold, or I know this would definitely hold more than 1 liter. A coffee pot. So a coffee pot is pretty small. So I'm going to say that C would be a choice. That could hold probably about 1 liter of water. And then a flower vase. So if we think about the vase, you know, your parents or your mom or your dad or whoever, if they have flowers and they put it in the vase, it's not a huge container. It's a nice smaller one, but it's not super itty bitty small. So a flower vase would be our other choice that might hold about 1 liter of water. So we are almost done here, but I don't want to rush us off. So go ahead and go to part 2 so that way we can finish the rest of our lesson and I can give you your next steps for the rest of day 3. Thank you.